Hello there. After the discussion of the impulse and the moment, now we are going to be trying to solve one problem on that, so that the fundamentals are going to be whether it is cleared or not, that we can check it, right? So here is the problem: a ball of 0.5 newtons weight. So that is the weight of the ball is given 0.5 newtons, falls from a height of 15 centimeters, right? The h is equal to 15 centimeters, we got it, and the rebounds to here is going to be the 10 meters. So sorry, it is going to be the 15 meters, and the rebounds to 10 meters. That I am going to be taking the h2 is equal to 10 meters. Find the impulse. That means F is going to be how much, and average force between the ball and the floor in the time of during which they are in contact. We need to find out the average force between the ball and the floor. Time during the contact is 1/12. So that means I need to find out the average force, how much at the time it has taken 1/12. It means that it has taken the contact time between the ball as well as the floor is 1/12 only. In that seconds, it has completed contact. So how we are going to be solving this problem? So we need to find out the force. How could you take the force here, right? And we do have the formula of that one, the impulse and the moment. What is that formula we do have? That's going to be m into f into m into a formula is there. Already we do have simplified this equation. So in this case, what will happen? How we are going to be calculating the velocity of that ball? So the final equation of this one is going to be F is equal to m into, the formula is going to be V1 minus V2, or V2 minus V1 also we can take it here. So this depends on the velocity of that V1, V2 minus V1 we are going to take. That means the final minus the initial position final velocities we are taking. Then how could you find out the V1 as well as the V2? There we can see the weight of the objects they given at the certain height also he has provided. So can I use the potential energy over here, and we need to find out the final velocity. That's I am taking mgh, potential energy is equal to the kinetic energy of that. That's equal to half mv1 square we are taking. So from this one, the m will going to be cancelled. Finally, the V1 is equal to the square root of the 2 you are multiplying to GH. So that's the V1 is equal to the square root of 2 into 9.81 into 15 meters. So the final value of the velocity, how much it is? I got it around V1 is equal to 17.5 meter per second. I got it. Right? So we got the velocity is equal to 17.5. So we need to find out the rebound velocity also. Right? What is the rebound velocity here? Again the same formula I am using. The V2 is equal to the square root of 2GH2 I am going to be taking, because it's rebounded to the 10 meters. If I am going to be substituting in this equation 2 into 9.81 into 10. So that's the V2 value we are able to find. That's going to be 14 meter per second. V2 is equal to 14 meter per second. Right? If once I got it this value, what I am going to do? I am going to be substituting in this equation. So how we are going to be doing this equation? That is going to be the impulse force is equal to mass into V2 minus V1. So here the weight of is going to be available 0.5 newtons, right? So that I am going to be taking here, instead of this newtons, 0.5 by 9.81 into V2 is equal to 14 minus V1 is equal to 17.5. Alright. So if I am going to be simplifying this equation, I am going to be getting the impulse force. So finally I got the impulse force is equal to, so in this case what will happen, this is going to be minus of minus 17.5. Alright. So this we are going to be getting. So after the simplification of this equation, I got it around 1.58 newtons. This is going to be your impulse force. So that I am going to be writing F is equal to 1.58 newtons is going to be your impulse force. Now we need to find out the average force of this part, right? That we will see now. So now we need to find out the average impulse velocity. So that's going to be average impulse force. I am going to say IF is going to be your impulse force. That's going to be, I am writing the equation F into T. That's going to be your mass into V1 minus V2 we are taking. Right? Already we do have that formula. So that is equal to 1.58. Right? And F is equal to, the time is equal to be how much it has contacted with that floor? 1 by 12. 1 by 12. Then F is equal to 1.58 into 12. So then what is the value of this one? That's going to be, I got it around 19.05 newtons. So that means average force here, that is going to be average is equal to 19.05 newtons. So this way we are able to solve the problem by using the impulse as well as the moment. In this we have calculated the velocity by using the principle of energy conservation, because energy neither created nor be destroyed. That potential energy is equal to the kinetic energy of that particle. Then we calculated the V1 and V2. Then we substituted in this equation impulse as well as the moment. Once we calculated that the velocity, the force, impulsive force, then we have calculated the average force of the impulsive force by using this equation. I hope you are able to understand. Thank you.